Hello, everyone. Guess what today is? It's Big Brother Day. Big Brother's back. Welcome to Tally the Votes. This is season 25. 25, guys. Episode 1. And as always, I'm Christy, joined by my buddy, my super pal, gal pal, Jamie.
Here I am.
I was wondering, is it the most unpredictable season ever, Christy?
No. It's not, but I love that they let those people who it isn't predictable for, feel like they're special.
Yeah. But you know what? Okay. It has to have been one of the funnest 24, 48 hours leading up to a premiere in a really long time. Because there's been so much chatter about there's going to be a 17th player. Who could it be? Who could it be? Everybody's saying, who they think it is. And then, of course, the impossible dream.
No, the completely predictable. She's everywhere. She's like George in Australia. She's on everything.
She is. But this is Big Brother, CBS. Big Brother, they're it's unfathomable to think that they wouldn't let us down with a prediction. We're never happy with what we predict is going to happen.
Right, because we always overshoot. We always overshoot.
Every time we forget that we're watching a show that has campy acting and cheesy special effects,
right?
And edited written diary sessions. For a minute we think this is a show with real integrity and they're going to do something great.
No. We haven't been paying attention, have we?
No. See, that's why I love the way they edit Australia, because they give no Fs. They just literally manipulate it openly, and we're doing this to make it more interesting, and we're okay with that.
Without it being cheesy, right?
But it's pretty cheesy.
Right.
Yeah.
They embrace the cheese. They hug the cheese like a Frenchman would.
Hey, and now there's a bed made of cheese. It's so cheesy, we're sleeping in it.
Yeah.
Thank goodness that we have food to sleep on in a have-not room of humiliating. What was that? Humiliverse? What?
Humiliverse.
Who?
I think our friend Dan lives in that universe, the Humiliverse. That was fun right there. That's my only shout out.
It feels good to get a dig.
I think we have to redact
a little dig in early.
Started out right.
Okay, let's start the podcast with a discussion on arguably the most important point of the evening, the twirl. I mean, come on. The twirl is life.
Here's the deal.
It was like Ted Lasso for a Big Brother fan.
I'm gonna tell you though, guys. We've had some discussions about who here's a big fan of the Grande and who is not. Mm-hmm. I tend to fall on the who is not, but I love a fabulous man as much as any middle-aged mom could possibly.
Okay.
And that twirl had me.
He nailed that twirl perfectly. Well, do you think they did multiple takes on that? I'm guessing they had to.
Okay.
No,
I actually looked.
Dancer.
I looked at my husband and I said, "I demand you enter every doorway like that from here on out."
And how's that going for you?
I think he's practicing right now.
Is he?
He's in there. Yep.
Is he?
Step 2, 3, twirl 3. Yep.
If he knows what's good for him.
He knows.
Is he wearing a tutu?
He could, honestly. I mean, he did used to wear a skirt in his rock band days. It's fine. Anything could happen with this fellow. So, practice your twirl, guys, when you enter a doorway.
So Aries,
get all the eyes on you.
Yeah, I kind of felt like the whole guest thing with changing the multiverse and that was played out because they released it. I think everyone in the country except Christy had seen it before tonight.
Yeah.
Well, and
I try to stay spoiler free. I like to you guys, and then I feel like a nerd because you guys knew and I didn't know. But
But honestly, do you think that the house guests, like, I don't feel like very many of them were really impressed with it. They all looked really like,
Okay, well, I have to say, Brittany was the star of that little trio.
oh yeah, yeah, she did excellent.
Always. And Frankie, okay, he's a wingman. He can do that.
But when
But-
Frankie looked and said "ladies first," and she went, "Really?"
Yeah,
That
that's
but
was- that was-
Danielle
that was
did
money.
not act to save her life. Oh, that poor girl.
also
yeah,
though, you
not
know what?
impressed.
Danielle hasn't apparently she's in the multiverse somewhere because I don't think she's aged like a single day. In all of these years, she looks better now than she did in her season. Like, she looks awesome.
Yeah.
Frankie, he's got the full villain vibe going because he does that Disney show, right? Is it like on Disney or something? He's like a villain on it.
All my kids are too old for that now, so we.
Yeah.
Did you see a picture of Ariana Grande's current boyfriend?
Yeah, she's
He looks oddly like Frankie.
Talk
It's
about
almost,
Netflix.
it's
Wait a minute.
almost
Oh.
freaky.
She has a new boyfriend. I thought she been. I don't know. She's like.
I don't know. Well, maybe it was fake. I mean, it was on Twitter, or it might have been on Threads. Even.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't
She seems
know.
to always be engaged to every single person she dates. Okay.
Oh no, this was a married man who has recently now left his wife for
Can you
yeah.
imagine? You're at home one night. Oh, hey, honey, did you check the mail? Babe, I'm leaving you.
Listen,
Ariana
those
Grande. Like, what?
Grande siblings just breaking into houses and busting up
Oh,
homes,
and like twisting things up.
whirling their ways right into.
It wasn't the thing they did. The ray gun of death or whatever it was. Time laser.
Oh yeah, the
it was
meow
his
meow.
twirl
The
that
meow
set
meow.
off the multiverse. split.
I had a little bit of flashbacks when they started with the meow meow thing. I'm like, I hated
No,
that
that
when they did it.
Yeah,
Enzo,
it
Mr.
and
Enzo?
malfunctioned because it was from Meow Meow Enterprises.
Yeah.
The dude can't win a comp.
That was amazing. That was good. Well done, CBS.
Well done in all of the things that we should come to expect.
Yeah.
The cheesy, the campy. It was silly.
I have to say though, I absolutely love the cast. Like,
So far, I
Like-
feel fairly positive
Yeah.
about this.
I
group.
wanted to find someone to hate because that's my thing. I have someone and I hate
Right.
them with every fiber of my being, and I really had to work.
But wait a
Now
minute. Wait a
I've
minute.
got somebody to hate, and I'm gonna keep that a secret for now.
But
We'll
Dave,
unveil that
night
later.
1. And remember, we have 100 days in Big Brother this season.
That's
so,
a long haul, guys.
this
This
is
is
day
going to
one.
go over
Day one.
Halloween.
day 1,
Yeah.
that is like, he's feeling pretty
Listen.
positive.
Also, we need to keep in mind that last season, I feel like we were fairly, at least Christy and I were fairly positive about Daniel, who's turned out to be one of the people from the Big Brother alone.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Ever.
Maybe we just try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
So
We want to like them, and then they disappoint us, but that makes us optimists.
They do. But thus
And
far, I mean, it's a fun group. I was kind of bumming out with this. I mean, how do you guys feel about this? Like that we're gonna compete to be like on the block right out of the gate? Like
Loved
why
it.
do we-
Absolutely loved it.
Let's go.
Really?
No,
Rip
because,
the Band-Aid
because
off.
we didn't have to put up with the whole should I be? I'm going to throw the competition because I don't want to be the HOH. It's been done so many times.
That's
I
true.
felt- This
That's
felt fresh.
true. But I'm going to tell you why this really makes me mad. Because we've got both Survivor family members that have entered in this game. They didn't talk about Corey for some reason in our introduction, who is the little brother of Zach from season 41, first voted out.
Mhm.
So we've got 2 Survivor
We
family
hardly knew
members
him.
in there, both immediately thrown into, the running to be kicked out. But
Or did you not notice the problem they had with the 4 people?
yeah, of course. But now, question.
But did you think they set it up so they couldn't have 4 people sharing that same attribute on the block together?
No. But what I think is going to happen is that I think that because they kept saying, who knows what happened to Zach? With Corey. Who knows what happened with Corey? Because, he's wandering around in Julie's nether regions. But, I have a theory that because he's in the nether region, that he's going to come back into the game this week as a ghost. So not really in the game, just like we did with the robot. And
right.
when she had to do her first week as a robot and then managed to not get evicted, right?
Well, we all know who's going home.
Well,
I mean, we don't have to go there right now, but it's clear to me who they're going to send home.
But it depends on who knows about Jared's connection. Because when we walked in the door and we see Cerise,
no, that isn't who I think is going to go home. I think for sure Felicia's gone because she's old, and it's the only bias allowed.
Maybe, but
you can be ageist. It's okay. You can't be anything else.
But she walked back into the house with another woman that's in the same age.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think. No, Suri is not 60.
No, but I don't think that Felicia's 60, is she?
She is 60. I wrote it down in my notes.
So,
wait. Did you hear that?
65.
I wrote it in my notes.
That's a big boy.
A dude has notes.
63.
Okay.
We need to do mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes,
yep.
I can hear you.
Okay, just making sure.
So, but what I am saying is I don't feel like she's going to be the first obvious pick out. I don't think it's going to happen. Like that started to shift in the games a little bit. One, we haven't got somebody who's over 42, 43 years old in a long while. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to go that way. I don't think it's going to be her. I think there's a really good possibility it's going to be Jared or it's going to be Corey because of who they are related to, because of who is in that house. And if you saw right before we cut into the end of show, going into the next commercial break at the end there, listen in on the house guests. Jared was over there talking to, was it Izzy? And she was telling him, it was like, I think she knows. Like, I think she already has put it together. And she's like, I won't say anything. She mouths to him, I won't say anything. I think it's going to be risky business. Either they're going to have to work really hard and say, you want to be a part of our alliance, or they're just going to cut him out.
I didn't think he tried very hard on his challenge either. It was weird.
He didn't do the puzzle. Yeah, it wasn't good puzzle.
It seemed he had it almost all together and then literally took it all apart again. Okay. He had the first layer down, and then he's putting the top one together, and he was getting too close. And next thing you know, he took everything out and rearranged. Like I don't think he really changed them.
You see, and that's I maybe I'll have to go back and look and see it. So, because like if you look at a traditional first episode, and you say, okay, well maybe you would throw it because you don't want to be the first HOH, but there's no sense in doing that the way this is set up.
Unless somehow him and his mom made an arrangement for him to be on the show just to get pull over Survivor fans, and then maybe he didn't really have to play all summer.
I have absolutely no disbelief that there wouldn't, that there won't be a lack of some scruples.
Is she really in the game though?
It said, well, Julie said at the end that she'd be joining the game.
I understand she said that.
But she plays between now and next
the unexpected.
Well,
the Scramblers could throw her out next week.
I think that there's a possibility that she could, just because there's going to be a 17th player. Apparently, people who have really scouted out the pre-edit pictures said there's 18 beds in the house. So for 17 house guests, there's 18 beds including the HOH. So there's little things here or there, but it's a possibility that she leaves if Corey comes back in, like maybe after the first week.
You know what? It's just airbrushed. That's all.
I don't understand what's happening.
You're getting pulled into the nether region.
Hey, Corey.
You got hit with a goo bomb, David. A goo bomb. A goo bomb and another region. Back to back, guys. And there was booty kicking. It was a whole thing.
That was the stupidest challenge ever. Where they
that's the Vanillaverse.
I know, and I get it, but those guys went up there thinking oh, that looks like a piece of
so just on the nose for you.
I'm gonna be able. now every time you see some sort of piece of equipment like that in the gym, the like, the
That's what you're
bicycles or
thinking of.
whatever, that's what you're gonna think of.
You're gonna
For
get
sure.
goo bombed.
It was weird.
It was a little bit weird, right?
Because it was the movement they had.
I know. Thank you.
Visually, it was just very.
But it's like when they had to
cringy.
ride bananas, and like
True.
Brittany had to like
Or-
smack her head into the side of that thing, and
Slippery wiener, remember? She
slippery
said it.
wieners.
Yeah, she brought it up.
Dignity on the slippery
did.
wieners.
Yeah, she doesn't want to let loose to a slippery wiener again.
Who
Or-
does?
no.
Who does? So,
All right.
also, can we just talk about how I had Miko like somewhere in middle range of my draft picks, but after watching her run in heels, she moved up. Like
She's
many
my
up.
winner's pick. That's my winner pick.
Boom, boom, boom.
Really?
I'm
Yeah, right
announcing
up
it
that
early.
ladder.
That is my winner pick.
Yeah,
Going into the night.
Nice.
that I'm just saying, like, you could move quickly in heels if you had a little practice, but to flat out run in them while carrying blocks.
Okay. Oh,
She
she's
did.
got a-
She
she's got a
did
lot
crash and
going
burn
for
at the
her.
end.
She said, graduate high school at 16. Didn't she say that?
Yep.
With bachelor's by 20, was already in Washington. She's very smart. But
Very smart.
remember, she just got married a month ago.
Yeah,
She's gonna be missing her hubby real
she
bad.
is. Yeah, she is.
I don't know. I think she's there to win.
I think she
Oh, well.
definitely has.
No.
She's definitely got the toughs. I think she's gonna be pretty strong. You can't have that education
Right.
without
I
losing
like her.
your mind. I mean,
Mm.
like she knows like what it's like to be under pressure, and
Yeah.
I
I like her a lot.
she's got a good. I think she's got a good chance. At the very least, she is sitting in my top 3.
And you didn't think you were gonna like her. That's I love
I had
that.
her right in the middle. I didn't necessarily have a
Like,
like or
meh.
dislike. I was
Well,
just, yeah,
see, I
don't
went, I
know.
went into it because I watched Bloom's interview with the cast, which was beautifully edited, by the way. And so I kind of had her picked out.
Can we talk about these interviews for a second and how irritating it is that CBS will no longer just let us interview contestants with real questions? Does that not bother you?
What do you think of Julie? Question.
Yeah,
was
what? No,
so cringy.
Yeah,
Every
that's
time
what
I
I
was,
mean.
because I read it, and I'm like, every time I got to, I'm like, why is he asking that?
Yeah,
Oh,
because he did
cringe.
it, because that's not his question.
Cringe.
But
Exactly. That's what I was like. It's so cringe.
I don't feel
It's
like,
so
and
obvious.
I,
CBS.
and right, and when we had like last season of Survivor, I felt the same way there too. It's like it just does not give me any read on a person's personality at all.
Right. I personally feel like Jeff Probst is a more interesting host than Julie Chen. If Julie Chen
no, we can't go there.
right,
No,
that's what
I
I'm
have
saying.
to agree.
No.
Yeah.
But CBS seems to treat them the same, which is super weird.
No, Julie's not an egomaniac.
No, I'm not
And
saying
Julie
that.
doesn't think the entire show revolves around
No,
her.
but
Well,
she
she's
could
not a
li- she-
producer of the show.
Whatever.
Right.
He's an egomaniac and he
She
creates
could-
horrible TV.
She could leave the show tomorrow, and I would still watch Big Brother. I don't
Yes.
watch it because that one lady, Julie Chen, she's the host.
Right.
But if I will put forth right now, if Jeff Probst left Survivor tomorrow, more people would watch the show.
Maybe.
He's
I
a
still-
negative. He's a net negative at this point.
I would miss him, just for nostalgia, because I just enjoyed him personally.
Yeah.
But
It's
I'm not a
tough.
Jeff hater.
It's tough when somebody's been
He is what he
doing
is.
the same like gig for a really long time. Okay, like everybody
Yeah.
has like a local news group, right? Like it doesn't matter what town you live in,
Mm.
you have a local news channel. And one of those anchors has been with the studio forever and a day.
Since they were
And that
12.
news anchor walks
Yeah.
around every grocery store visit, every park walk, thinking that they are top dog of Turd Island. It's every single person who spends enough time on television gets that
Top dog.
exact same personality disorder. And it's, you know what? It's part
You
of
mean,
what
is
makes
that-
America entertainment so great.
Is
And not
that
so
the
great.
Ron Burgundy effect?
Yeah, like it is. I think
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
I think we could coin it,
Yeah.
as the burgundy. They got a little touch
So,
of the
yeah.
burgundy.
Yeah, he's a little burgundy if you think about it.
Yeah, see, yeah, I
Whatever.
like it. I like
Good
what you've
job,
done.
Jeff.
Hashtag burgundy.
Hashtag burgundy.
So who are some of the other house guests that you think kind of stood out to you, for better or for worse?
Well,
Okay.
I wanted to hate Matt so very, very, very much. And then he
Yeah.
turned out he was deaf, and I kind of love it now.
I love
I
him. And
don't know why that makes a difference.
okay, now I don't have a lot of experience with the deaf, but I will say his speech is really good. He worked his butt off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's said he
Those
did
people
speech
will-
therapy for years,
Oh, yeah.
right?
For 14 years, they will not know he's deaf unless he slips by, like they're calling him and he's not looking.
I kind of hope
Oh, do you
that
think
he
he's
does.
not telling anybody?
I kind of hope that he doesn't
he can
because
blend.
of the lip reading aspect to it. It
Right?
really worked well for
Oh my
Ricard
gosh.
and Survivor. You know,
Yeah,
because
no, but-
remember, Ricard
but-
can't hear out of one side, so he never
Right, but
told
the hard-
anybody that.
But this is a better situation to have someone who's deaf because people are
Yes.
just sitting around
Because
talking
you're right there in room to room. Yep.
and they're just
Well,
talking.
yeah,
With
or
Survivor,
he's
it's
sitting
like,
in the kitchen looking outside, seeing what they're saying by the pool.
and they'll
Yeah, so
never
I
have
love
a
that.
clue. Oh, please, please, please.
I
Make
love
America's
the
player
idea
and we'll
of
tell them to
like
do that.
there being
Okay.
a little superhero. You know, I like little superhero power in the multiverse. I want to see
Right.
this come into play.
Okay, how about Riley, the 24-year-old bartender?
She seems really silly and pretty fun. I think she's going to get along with most people, but I don't know that anyone's going to take her very seriously.
No. And I'm super disappointed because she's from Portland, Maine, and I wanted her to have the accent. And she doesn't.
She doesn't. She doesn't really have an accent. She's got like that. What is that called? The central accent. It doesn't
Yeah.
really.
So we'll see. Maybe this season that's what I'll be watching for.
The
Okay.
accent.
And
the
here's
accent.
somebody I felt was easy to hate, so I decided not to hate him. Was Heisem.
Who?
Heisem.
Oh my gosh, he
Oh,
is like
he's
the
not?
diversity melting pot. He has it all, right?
He's not, listen, I love, okay, first of all, I'm sorry, he's a burlesque dancer. Boom, you win. I love
What?
you.
What is I'm saying? I wanted to hate him, but I couldn't. I was like,
And you
nah.
saw that, you're like,
Yeah,
that's
as
freaking
soon as I
interesting,
heard
think.
that, I was like, oh, okay, well, you're a favorite. He looks a
But
little
his
like,
voice is so annoying.
and he kind of looks like Brendan. Like the first time I saw him, that's immediately what I thought it was, like Brendan and Rachel,
Oh.
like 2.0.
Oh, he's got kind of that. He's got kind of that.
Oh, I
look in
didn't
his eye,
see
right?
that, but I see it now that you say it.
Definitely is a member of the Hair Club for Men.
yeah,
and-
right.
but-
Well, I mean,
but,
you gotta do some fancy
Arab
dancing, it'll be
Muslim
good.
gay man who dances
I
burlesque.
love
like,
the list. What a list.
oh my god! And he's a doctor who works with old people.
I know, right? Yeah. How can you not
Yeah,
love that? I have
He
some
is
interest
plugged
in that.
in.
Also,
Yeah.
his like face caps watching this silly, campy like video at the beginning with the twist were hilarious because he just looked like, what in God's name is happening? Like, what is this? He looked so like angry, perplexed that I had to, I felt that. I felt that. Like, I get it.
Who do you all think is the best character, whether you like him or you don't?
Oh gosh. Ooh.
Because there's a couple. I mean,
Guys, why have we not said anything about Bowie Jane?
Well, I reserve the right to refer to her as Mrs. Jane or BJ until I decide if I really love her enough to call her by her birth name, which is Bowie, for my own personal reasons.
Oh, okay.
No, I think she might be interesting, actually. But what do you think about her lying about her age?
I think it's smart.
You
She
think so?
does not look
Ageism is
45.
allowed. All other isms are forbidden.
I
does
think
not
the
look
day of
45, but I
ageism is
think
gone. We've had too many
34
winners on reality TV that are over the age of 35. Ageism
Show
is
me
no
one
longer-
over 50.
Yeah. She looks
Show
amazing.
me a player over 50 that's won.
I just
Survivor.
wonder.
Go to Survivor.
Well, yeah,
We're
but
all
you got to
like
go
that.
back to like when Survivor was Survivor,
Oh.
not now.
And her job. She is a prosecuting attorney that goes after money laundering and tax fraud.
And DJ by night.
And DJ by night. She is
And,
the superhero. She is the superhero.
I
I'm
have
sorry.
I have a nickname for her. You guys want to know?
Okay, what is it?
It's King Jane.
King Jane.
I
Maybe.
like it.
It's
All
just
right,
because
guys.
of the Australian accent. It's
Absolutely, it's because she's from Australia.
She does
She's-
kind of have that big open
She's
eye.
got that George thing going on, and she's like King Jane.
We need to find out if she has a dog and find out if it has a human name. That would cinch the deal.
Yeah, but I totally want to like her. I think she's a character, right?
Yeah, you know what? She has a little Christmas vibe to me that makes me a little bit concerned. And if I can get past that and not see Christmas when I hear and see her, then
She
I
looks
will.
like I was waiting for her to be like Christmas's little sister or something.
Right?
Not Christmas.
Or rock star, like she
No,
she
no,
kind
no.
of has like a little rock star vibe too, which is cool. Like
A
that's
little bit, yeah, a little bit. I could see the rock star vibe.
No,
going.
she looks like the Australian Survivor player.
which
Ooh.
one?
Aren't we
There's
still talking
many.
about Boy Jane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that Chrissy.
Oh,
She doesn't
yeah.
look like Chrissy.
Yeah. I can kind
right
of see
here.
it. I can kind of see it.
The
Yeah.
smile is very similar, and I thought
They're
when I
about the
saw
same
her-
age.
When I was reading Mike Bloom's article on Variety, I noticed that and I thought, I wonder if she could be, because if what's his name's there and he's the son of a Survivor player US, why wouldn't some of these other people, what's his name? Corey's a brother of a Survivor. Like, why wouldn't there be other people who have connections to other Survivor play or reality show stars?
I'd
some
love
other
that
places.
100%.
Wouldn't that have been great if they would have thrown
Guys, you heard it
Australian
here
player?
first. The what
if
you
they'd have thrown an Australian player in, like
Oh,
a
yeah.
previous winner that nobody would really know because nobody watches Australian
Unless
Survivor?
they are truly, a super fan and watch, everybody else's BBs.
I don't know.
Anyhow.
She gave me that vibe. She's got the exuberance.
I can kind of
Chrissy,
see
I
it.
think.
I really want, there's so much about her I want to like, but I'm on the fence. Maybe I'll change after first week. I will know.
Okay.
Well, all I have to say is I created the hashtag Turner and Pooch,
Now
and now I created the hashtag King Jane. So when
All right.
it goes viral, like Turner and Pooch did, remember you heard it here first.
What was the
Okay.
other thing we just said hashtag about a little bit ago? Why didn't you do that one too? Claim them
Because
all.
I probably did. I
Hashtag Burgundy.
coin it.
Hashtag Burgundy.
It wasn't in my notes.
Oh, it's
Dude has
hashtag
notes.
Burgundy.
Dude has
Speaking of
notes.
Speaking of colors, we've got red. We've got this other character of color named
Oh,
red
and
and blue. There was a big talk about there being a red and blue team for a while. Did you guys catch that?
Yep.
Because we got red, blue, and America.
yeah, ooh.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
weird.
That was a thing for a minute. That's what I mean. This preseason, like 48 hours, has been really goofy and off the wall with predictions.
So wait, what would the fourth team have been?
I don't know. See,
Jag-
for a long
Jag?
time they were saying there was going to be two teams, pink and blue, or red and blue. Anyway, back to red. He's apparently pretty popular on the TikTok. He's got
Is he?
he's got a TikTok persona. I don't know. I don't know about red.
Did he have it before he was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like we've had other rednecks on the show.
Yeah.
But this guy is like performance artist hillbilly, right? He called himself a chillbilly.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think it's like I mean, is it like, do you think it's performance or do you think that's pretty much him? Like, what do you
No, I think it's him, but I think it's him and he leans into it. And so
Yeah.
it becomes more him.
He's giving me a
Right?
recent Survivor winner vibe.
yeah.
Gabler.
Maybe. You
I got
mean
a
one
Gabler
that's
vibe off
over
of
the
it.
age of 42 years old?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that what
is
you
he, is he
a
gonna
recent
dedicate
winner
everything
over
he
the
does
age of
to
42?
42 is some magic cutoff. They vote off the 60-year-old first every year.
Now, okay. I could see red maybe just as in like kind of like their history and stuff buddying up really well with Cameron. They kind of have a similar background.
Yeah, they're both they both reference being like chill or relaxed
And
or laid
military,
back or,
right? They're both
Mhm.
ex-military. Now they're kind of
Yep.
hippies, salt
I
of the
will-
earth.
Cameron was also a rodeo guy.
Yeah. Yep. See.
Space cowboy, hippie, rodeo, army, cavalry. He was in Afghanistan.
I will reveal that
His
Cameron
wife's
is
still
one of
alive.
my 3 finalists for candidate
Okay.
for the hated contestant of this
Think
year.
so? You think
He's
so?
one of the
Oh.
3 finalists. I'm not telling you yet who it is, but he is definitely one of the finalists.
He's in the group.
Yeah, the idiot named his hair. I'm sorry. As soon as
I
I
know,
heard
but
he
I
named his
just-
hair, I'm
I'm
like, I
just
hate
trying-
this guy.
I'm looking to see who he would pair up with to get the
But he
final.
named his hair.
Did he name his hair or did his mama name his hair?
I think he named his hair.
And then
It
he
felt
just
like he
embraced
named his
it.
hair.
I feel like his
Yeah.
mom or an ex-girlfriend named that hair and he just embraced it.
Okay, well, if
It's
somebody
not
else
like
named it, I might forgive him, but otherwise, he's in the running.
And then he goes up and introduces himself and then his hair when he meets someone.
Yeah,
That's weird.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Somebody on Twitter today had said something about how Cameron gave really big like Daniel vibes, and I'm trying to unsee that so I come in unbiased, but I can
Mm.
kind of see it.
The person who claims to be so chill and relaxed and cool and hip, but really they're like, us, you just scrape a little bit and
right.
they're kind of actually
Let's
a little
hope
horrible.
not. Let's hope not. I kind of appreciated that when he was up getting ready to do his competition, he looked like really irritated. I kind of appreciate it because I feel like I wouldn't be able to delete the irritation from my face that my game was already going this way.
Because he had to do the getting dumped on with the paint
The goo
Right?
bomb. Yeah, he had the
Yeah.
goo bomb.
in his hair, which he named. That was
His
probably
named hair is going
Like-
to have to wash that out in the
Yeah.
same house as
Oh, yeah.
a Survivor legend.
You know that he's
How
gonna hate that.
embarrassing. How
He's
embarrassing.
gonna
for
hate
him.
that.
Okay, now who is digging on the first Sikh contestant ever?
Jag
Jag.
looked
I
awesome.
like him.
I like
His
him
interviews
too.
were fun. He seemed very friendly and silly, and I'm
Yeah, and it's kind of like I'm the first Sikh, but it's cool. You know, it's like
yeah. I liked him. I like him.
He
He's
doesn't
pretty
know.
rocket.
He doesn't know life as not being a Sikh. So it's like for him, it's like normal, right? Whatever.
Yeah, and they also
let's
they were
do-
showing like all of his little like the clips and stuff. He dresses really flipping well. Oh my god! Like he has style. Like he
owns
looks
his own trucking company.
golly geez. I'm like, yeah,
20
that is
25 and owns his own company.
those are
Good
some
for him.
thought out outfits. I'm just saying, I am looking forward to seeing. You know, like last year, we could easily say that Taylor was the best dresser in the house. I think it's going to be a competition this year between Blue and Jag because both of them have got amazing looks. I'm excited to see their fashion shows.
Yeah.
Well,
Blue's got that
hopefully-
stripy hair, right?
Yes. Hopefully,
stripey-
Blue. There's another finalist for perhaps the contestant I'm going to hate the most.
Jeez.
well, she's definitely what like some social influence vibe.
She likes herself way too much.
She's a
But-
brand strategist.
And that's all she
Right.
wants to do. She wants to be an influencer. That's why she's on the show. You can tell.
Yeah, it could. You know what? But she's also really beautiful and has awesome fashion. So my eyes are going to be happy taking it all in. Her personality seemed pretty good during her interviews. Let's see if she's fun to be around in the house.
Let's see
Maybe
if
not.
she is or is not the candidate or the contestant I hate.
Yeah. Because she could go either way. I mean, she could. It's easy.
I'm just saying
She's
she
one
should
of
not
our-
reveal 2 of the possibilities.
She's one of the 2 players who is first generation American because
Yep.
Blue's family, mom and dad, came from Korea. Did she
Yep.
say South Korea?
Yep.
I'm assuming.
She didn't actually say. She just said Korean. We'll
General
include
is
South
good,
Korea.
yeah.
Right. America, who is her parents are Mexican. Her first language is Spanish. I didn't hear an accent at all.
Nope.
And she
Well, that's
is a
because she listened to all the Shania Twain albums.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
true.
Let me ask you this because this is weird. She graduated from Brown.
Brown.
She's 27 and she's a receptionist. Does
Yeah,
something
she
not
has
add
a
up?
Well,
But
she
what was
had
her
a
what was her
degree
degree?
in biology.
Molecular biology, wasn't it?
No. Molecular biologist is
Oh, no, that was Kristen. Okay, it was just biology, but she's got a degree from Brown and she's a receptionist.
Welcome to America.
I don't
Your
know. It
degree
doesn't feel
doesn't
right to me.
do a
But,
job.
but
well, maybe there's
But I think
I'm
she's-
trying to figure out what unless her dad wouldn't be the
she'll go far in the game because she will make alliances. People will trust her. She doesn't seem threatening.
She seems
Yeah.
pretty middle of the line, but also can we talk about like how insanely educated this cast is? Oh my god.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Which
I
just
just
goes
felt
to
like dumber
show-
every 5 minutes. I'm just like, oh my lord. Like I really
goes
needed to do
show
something.
how interesting this game is from a strategic standpoint. People, really educated people, are super fans of the show because they
Yep.
like watching the strategy. Yeah.
Yes.
And the
They-
social experiment. you
Not
know?
the campy, silly stuff, which is fun and part of the Big Brother experience, but you could tell on
And
their
the
faces.
awkward
They were like, no.
Julie Chen love.
Oh my god, yeah. The whole like, do you guys want to know the twist? And they're like, just get me in the house. This is so uncomfortable.
So,
Dude, what about every single time we went into the house, the freaking massive amounts of awkward hugs? It was like nails on, it was so awkward. It was so bad. I was like, ugh. And I was like, oh, because you think as soon as you hug one person, you can't not hug the rest, right?
No.
And so then there's
You
always
have
that
to.
weird when you're hugging the third person, but now you feel like a jerk because you already hugged two people before them. So it's
Yeah,
even
it
more
would be-
awkward.
Right? And then
it's like you're the last person to be hugged.
Yeah.
You have already hugged in between, and you got to wait till they separate and then be the last hug. Oh, yeah.
But what's worse is if you wait till they separate and you don't get the hug. That's a bad place
Oh
to
my
be.
gosh. Yeah.
So
No,
one thing that
didn't
we-
like
something that we did not mention about America that I think is important to note in Big Brother folklore, she was the first to open the door and walk in. She cannot win the game.
Oh, no. I'm writing that down. First
look
of
at
all, yeah.
that.
She can't
So
win.
the next contestant I'd love to discuss, I have nicknamed this one time at band camp. So who am I talking about?
Izzy!
The flautist. She is a professional
a
flautist.
professional from NYC.
I love it.
awesome.
I kind of I
I
wrote
love her
down that
confidence.
yeah, and I wrote down that Izzy gives me major Britney vibes. Britney
Which
from
Brittany?
Brittany from Cookout season.
She's not gonna
Brittany.
rap, right? She's not gonna rap.
Okay.
There's gonna be some rapping. There's gonna be some karate. Like it's gonna happen, y'all.
Oh, geez.
I don't think
There's
she's
gonna be
that
a
far
lot
out there.
I think there's gonna be a lot of screaming, "Let's go!" really loudly. I'm just saying.
Okay, I predict she will be far more socially adept than Brittany
You
was.
think so? You think
It's
so?
not a really hard bar.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
Brittany with her crazy eyes.
no, not that
Crazy.
Brittany.
No.
Not Brittany and Michael.
Brittany rapping Brittany.
Rapping Brittany.
What white rapping
There's
Brittany?
Brittany, and then
Yeah,
there's
that was her,
Brittany.
wasn't Did I maybe I melded them
You
together
melted-
as one person, my
It's
brain.
the multiverse Brittany. They've all come together.
Damn it, Frankie, stop pointing that laser at me.
They've all come together into one nemesis.
Okay, how about Kristen? Kristen, the molecular biologist.
I literally wrote meh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly
she
right.
was-
She is mad.
Hold on. She had one thing going for her. I was mad the entire time, and then at the end she said, I want to have a female final two. And I was like, what?
And you know what I said? When she goes, I want to have a women's alliance, I wrote down, never watched the show before. Because 100% of female alliances
No.
fail.
But come on, but it just takes one person to believe in it.
Points. David gets points. That is the truth. That is the truth.
Also, she's also an immigrant from the Caribbean.
From the
Oh, that's true.
Caribbean.
And she's got a startup.
Well,
And there's
let's
this
talk
one
about our survivor family members. We got Jared,
Yeah.
which we briefly kind of went over. What do you think? Like,
We were
he
talking
didn't
about
do great at
Corey.
the puzzle. He didn't do great at
Okay.
the puzzle. Now his
Okay.
mom's in the house. Is there just
Jared.
not enough information for us to go with right now? What we really think and feel?
I
feel
don't. I honestly, my gut tells me Cerie's not in the house.
But just there.
My gut tells me that the multiverse is going to scramble it, and like week 3, she's going to exit. It's going to be. It was all a dream. I was never
Whatever
here.
I
twist is,
wondered.
will be done in the.
I think
first
she's being paid to be on the show.
So, yes,
Yeah.
I do too. But here's the thing: how many weeks do we have?
I don't know. There's 100 days.
Households
I don't know.
100 days, so
I
that's got to
wondered-
be.
A decade worth of days.
What I wondered was, would they have like a different visiting player each week come in? That
See, I
people
wondered
knew?
if we wouldn't have a rotating thing.
14
also.
weeks, 2 days.
Because-
I just did the
Because
math.
if they did that, you could bring in like freaking Janelle, Comp Beast. She's gonna play. If she wins it, but she's not really playing, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
and here's the
Right.
thing: if you were going to have her play, she should have been on one of the challenges. To have 4 people on the block, assuming one's really going home, and to give her a week 1 pass. I don't know.
that's
Three,
Big Brother
yeah.
101 though.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been so many times
You
where
don't
there's
want him to get
return players that
targeted.
don't,
Yeah.
hello, can we talk about Paul and the friendship bracelets? I mean, CBS don't. care.
Last year on Australian Survivor, they brought back a classic player like week 7 or week 6. It was like the game's
That's
half
right.
over.
I just
They
think it
don't
would be
care.
really fun to celebrate the 25 years and for them to have like
Exactly. I feel
Somebody
you're
That's what I think.
Each
That Christy, I think that's what they're doing. I don't think she's in the game. I think they're gonna.
Yeah.
well, I think she
But
gets
I think
to
it'd be fun if they can be almost like obstacles because they're playing, right? Like
Right.
to keep
I think
them.
it'll
You have to
be
play
like
against them.
they'll be a part of the game, right? They'll be a
Mhm.
part of it, like a coach season. But I am with you on the rotating thing where I think we could get a rotation. And I think whatever happened to poor Corey's corpse underneath Julie Chen Moonves, Howard Johnson's nether region.
Nether region.
It's like wherever Corey is, somebody's
She
going to
said
go
it
there
3
every week.
times.
Didn't her husband get in trouble for messing with another regions on some people?
That's exactly what happened.
As I recall.
That was pretty much
It was
Is
so,
that wrong? Oh, I'm never going to be on the show now. I'll never be on the official podcast.
like seriously, didn't you think at first like she misspoke the first time she said it? Like,
Yeah.
oh, she didn't mean to say that. She just like, oh
but
my
then
gosh,
she
what
just
a
kept repeating it to make
And
it
then it-
real.
but wait a minute, is that her doubling down? Like I did not make a mistake?
Yeah.
no,
or is that
that's
her
what it was.
Not or her not really not knowing what it means.
Well, considering that she did, as far as Julie goes on reading her lines, she kind of stumbled a few times tonight. You can tell it's been the longest break ever.
But you
She's
know
a little
why?
out of
It's
practice.
no,
Forgot how
but
to
you know
read.
what? This has to be the best episode 1 dress.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
It was off the one shoulder. She had the hair sweeping the other side. It was
We know
Very
how
well
you
done.
feel about the ones that the hair swoop. We know you love a
it's
good
a
hair.
thing, man.
You want to know something? Was so focused on the players and trying to remember them all and kind of like get a good feel. I don't even remember what she looked like. I have no idea what she was wearing.
See,
Yeah,
see,
she looks
see
like
know
she's
your
she's
co-host.
scenery to me.
Dude took a note on the dress because
Well,
It's
good for you
legit.
then.
It's legit the first note that I have. It's
Oh
Julie's
my gosh.
it's
No, I
all
you know what?
black off the shoulder dress with the swoop on the other side.
with some floral print. It was lovely.
I missed it.
Some dangly earrings.
So did I hear
Yeah, I'm-
correctly? They said there was 304. We've had 304 house guests through the
What did they
25.
say? I didn't hear that, but
That's a lot of
Yeah.
people that have lived in
Yeah.
one house. A huge turnover. I wouldn't rent from there.
no.
Slumlords. It's the slumlords.
We got one of our favorite all-time things from Big Brother tonight. And it's Fruit Loop Dingus. Come on.
The
Fruit Loop
Fruit
Dingus.
Dingus, I laughed.
That's
I
good.
did.
Yeah, I
laughed.
did.
Common insults
That's
in
why
my
I
house.
laughed. And actually, I lost because I made a bet with myself that would be brought up in the first 3 minutes of the podcast, and it took till minute 45 before
It's-
it was brought up.
Yeah, but
So
it's
I
something
want
you
to
guys.
commend you guys on your restraint.
down. I was looking and writing that down, and that's why I didn't get to see Julie. That's why I didn't get an impression.
Because you were writing down.
I
the
was
Fruit
writing
Loop
down
Dingus.
Fruit Loop Dingus. So I should get extra points for that. Anyway.
So there's two contestants we haven't talked about yet.
Corey, we got to talk about Corey. I want to talk about Corey.
Well, okay. Well, then there's three because I didn't have. We'll do Corey now.
I want to talk about Corey. One.
Let's talk about Corey.
I have since season 41 in Survivor. I have been so I never stopped being bummed out that Zach was first to go because he's hilarious. His Twitter feed brings life into every single day. It's so funny. He's just got the right amount of snark. Humorous family. Was so excited to see that his brother was going to be in this season. And if his brother's the first one to go home, I am both equally heartbroken, but also I just love it. I love it so much.
But his brother's not going to be the first one to go home.
But his
brother's not the old person.
He did tweet tonight that it is the most hilarious thing. He is pretty okay with it. So they both grew up like Big Brother and Survivor, like fans throughout childhood. And his brother always
I do not know who his brother is. Who's his brother?
Zach is the one that Marianne was in love with Zach and was always talking about how cute Zach was throughout the entire season, even though he wasn't even there for most of it.
Picture him. Apparently,
just
I took too many notes.
He's a cutie patootie.
Did they show him tonight?
No, they didn't even show him. Okay. And Marianne actually did tweet where was the video chat with his brother?
Yeah, that was surprising because they brought out every other. I don't know. That was weird.
Do you think there's a possibility that if Corey stays in the game later on, Zach comes in?
Maybe that's it because they didn't bring it up.
Right. It's weird that they didn't bring up. I cannot feel like that was for nothing.
And his debate background, if he is allowed to play the game, he could have do you think he has a little bit of an Ian vibe?
Yes.
And I asked you that because I know Jamie Jo loves herself some Ian, so I would get points to bring him up.
I think the Ian vibe is just the youngness, maybe.
The young kind of dorky young thing going on.
I think that Corey is going to have a bit more for a social game than Ian had starting out. But I mean, simply based on what he is doing in school. I mean, like his game is social, it's conversations.
And he's going to Vanderbilt.
But he's very young.
He is my top for player to hate this season.
Corey.
Wow.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Because
he's not even in my top 3.
I know
it's sad
because he came off like I don't even understand. He was just zinging these things at us. He's very full of himself. He's very confident, and I just think he's
more than Blue.
Yes. Because he's like, I'm from Vanderbilt. I go to Vanderbilt.
I think Blue said I more than Obama.
Maybe. I don't know.
But no, he just starts bragging about how he's the champ of the public speaking, and he's got a black belt. We had to see him do his.
Yeah, but then he fell on the ground and he laughed at himself too. So
I don't know. I just thought oh my god, he's gonna
I think it is.
I wanted to see Ian, and that's what I saw.
I think it's common circumstance, and I think that's not going to show up in his real game. I think that's interview.
To me, he came across as that guy that, because he's so young, is just gonna, for his game, is just gonna blow his wad a little too soon.
And I agree.
And they're gonna be on him, and he's gonna be gone.
I'm a little bit hesitant to really back him in my top 3, not based off of him, because I love all of that.
Yeah, who was it a couple of years ago? We loved week 1. And then we hated week 2 because he overplayed.
Every single season.
Oh, what was the one guy? Oh,
yes. I can't. Yeah, it was the cookout
animal
season.
Name or a.
He reminds me of Gabler, whoever it is, but it's not Gabler.
Yeah, I'm having
obviously a different show, but.
Yeah, the redneck.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
And we loved him week 1, and the week 2 were like.
He was a farmer or something.
That's because he got like HOH-itis straight off the bat.
And then we were doing like our version of 1984. We love him. We've always loved him. We hate him. We've always hated him.
Yeah, we care not. We cannot. So, okay. So who else have we not? We have not
talked about Felicia much.
I think she's interesting, and I like her, and I think that she'll do fine because the average age of this cast is like in the 30s. If it was a bunch of 20-year-olds, maybe not.
What does Felicia, Red, and Cameron all have in common? Felicia, Red, and Cameron.
Military.
Yep. And there could be an alliance there.
I thought that
Oh, yeah.
too.
Yep.
Because they thought to say it, right? For all three of them.
Yeah.
'Cause what? They all did.
They actually featured it,
But
right?
you know
It
what?
was-
Maybe that's the beauty of the cast, right? Because you have all these different people, and they all, it's like a web. They have connections with this person that they don't have any with, but then they have this connection with this people. But you can see how those connections start to bring them all together. It's very cool.
But I
how
think
they
if
cast
Felicia
them.
gets
Yeah,
past
yeah.
this first week, I think she's going to do fine. Who was the older man a couple years ago, went to like 5?
There's been a couple of them. They're usually rednecks.
But who am I thinking? No. This was an older
Meow,
African
meow.
American man. No.
Oh, yes.
His name. I loved him.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. If this was pre-COVID, I could list every name down the list, but my brain doesn't remember anything anymore. Not names.
Players.
Yeah.
You certainly recall
Wait.
preferred cereal. I have to say that.
Yeah. My preferred cereal. Thank you also for not allowing JP to put hand in said cereal. Just to
I
note.
told him flat out, I'm like, if you put a hand in there, she won't eat it. And then I'll have wasted $4.
What's your preferred cereal?
Captain Crunch. Any of them.
And JP wanted to tear it open and put his hand in there. And I'm like, if you do that, she won't eat it. If it's open,
But what
she's
one
not
was he gonna
eating it.
What one was he going to put his hand in?
The Crunch
The Captain
Berries.
Crunch. The Crunch Berry.
Okay, because if it's peanut butter Captain Crunch, it leaves a coating on your hand, so it's like
You'd be
Yeah.
guilty as charged. I know right away.
yeah.
No, he was gonna put his hand in there and take a picture with it, and he said, "Oh, but the bag is closed." But David knows me and said, "No,
I'm like,
I bought
I'm
this,
like,
you won't eat
I'll
it."
end up owning these Crunch Berries and no one will ever eat them.
Oh, they're the best.
So,
Okay, so who are we talking about? Felicia.
Felicia.
Okay, and it
is
is
it Felicia? It's not Felicia.
Felicia.
It's Felissa.
Felicia.
It's
Okay.
not a Felicia. It's not a Felice. It's a Feli.
Felicia.
Yeah.
Felicia, right?
Which is oddly close enough to another word that probably I should use.
Okay.
You go that way.
Don't.
Don't. Okay, so I think she stands a chance. I think she stands
I think
a chance.
if she makes it through, she's going to go far.
I
I wish I could remember the old guy who went to like 3 years ago.
I feel like it's going to be my prediction for eviction this week. First eviction
Eviction prediction.
is that
Okay, eviction predictions. The time has come.
it's either going to be Kristen or Corey.
Okay, wait.
But I need to find out where Corey went first.
Okay, hang on. Are you writing
Amy
down
says-
everyone's picks?
I'm going to try to. Kristen or Corey, you said, are going to be the first to go.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it's
Felicia.
I can't do it now. Felicia, because I want to say the other every time now. It's Felicia because the odds are in my favor for picking her. Although if I have to pick who I really think, I think it's Kristen.
Okay. And
It's
what about
Kirsten?
Kirsten.
It's
not Felicia, at least. Fallacious.
you?
I said fallacious. I didn't say the other word.
Yeah, I think
Another
it's gonna be-
region.
of those four, one of those for sure. There's no way that all of them could get like off the block and replaced or anything.
Right.
Scramble verse. So
Who
if it's
knows?
those four, yeah, probably Kirsten,
And I'm just doing that guess
because
because
they don't vote, right?
Yeah, and honestly, my first impression just was meh, and just nothing stuck with me that much. So
Yeah.
that's where I put that.
And
Well,
she has
one
the stamp
more-
of death for the female alliance. So
One more contestant to talk about before we unveil our week 1 winner picks. I've already
Okay.
done mine, but
All right.
and this is the final entry in contestants Dave may hate. and it is Luke. And I call him Neighbor Luke because he is my neighbor.
I was going to say, he's your neighbor, yeah.
Adjoining Coral Springs. As a matter of fact, we call Coral Springs the place Parkland goes to shop
Yep.
because we have no retail.
Well, Corey's not far from you.
Okay, hold
down in
on. So you're
Weston. That's pretty close
basing that he's on the top of your I don't like list.
He's not on the top. I just said he's a finalist.
Okay, he's a finalist of your I don't like list because of the town he lives in.
No, because he's goofy.
Oh, I kind of.
And because he couldn't hold on to the thing. Why was he holding on with one hand?
Here's
The
the
guy's a
thing.
moron.
This is where I don't. I'm not entirely sure because on one hand, just by the fact of appearance and his obsession with fitness, I'm like, meh.
Right.
But also he's a digital artist, and that means that he's a creative thinker.
Oh, you just have an affinity for all artists. You'd be like, oh.
It says something.
Oh, I'm a musclehead, and I work out 10 hours a day, but I'm also an artist. And you'd be like, oh.
Nah, not
for
true.
Me, it seems, to me, when I see someone as creative, I think, oh, I would vibe with them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like yeah, okay, so maybe he's not like that. He doesn't. At first, I thought, oh, big dumb meatball.
Connect on something, I bet. Yeah,
but maybe not entirely big dumb meatball.
Well, anyhow, I don't like him, and he's one of my 3 I don't like finalists.
There you go. I don't.
Who were those 3 again? I'm already writing them down.
Okay, so the finalists, and I will tell you now, but I will not unveil who I loathe the most at this moment. The finalists are Cameron, Blue, and Luke.
That's right. That's right.
And these are the contestants for. These are the 3 people who, if they went home, I'd be like, great.
They're the Dave Hate.
The Dave Hate trio.
So I've already predicted Nicole as my winner pick. And I get to go first because I was the last person in a week 1 podcast who picked a winner.
I picked her too for the millionth time. We both picked Taylor as the winner last year.
Yeah, but that makes me 2 in a row because I picked. Who did I pick the year before?
I think Christy gets to go first.
Okay, Christy. Well, I already went. I went like minute 1 in the podcast.
Are we picking our top 3?
No, just your winner.
Just who you think the win. Okay, but let's hold on. We had a set of rules last season that so
if you bring out a spreadsheet, I'm off the podcast.
No, that you had your winner's pick, but if your winner's pick goes, you get a backup. Like you have a backup.
You do, but if somebody's natural winner's pick from week 1 wins, that's superior to a backup.
But don't we have to pick our backup?
We could. We could do that. We could do that.
We don't get to change our mind later.
Okay. So Christy gets to go first. So we need a winner and a backup winner.
Okay. I'm going. Okay. I got 1. My first pick is Jag.
I like it. It's bold,
I like
Chrissy. Chrissy, I'm with you. I'm fine with you. I think you're wrong, but great pick.
I think it's a good pick because I feel like he's like person for most of them probably might not have ever known someone who was Sikh. So I think they're going to want to bond with him. I don't think he's going to be a jerk to them because he just look kind of cool. And I don't think they'll vote him out. I think everyone will want to work with him.
Okay.
Yeah. My second person, and I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm going to say Red because.
Oh my God, that is almost exactly what I was going to do.
Okay, Red.
You pick 2 straight males.
What?
You speak 2 straight males.
We don't know that Jag is straight, do we?
Well, yeah, no, I think. Everyone else who isn't has said they're not.
Has said they're not. Yeah, that's true. But I picked Red because he's in sales. Yeah. So there's something
I like
there.
Red.
I think Red is gonna he's gonna be that player that's just a little bit. They kind of look at like the crazy uncle.
I think he's Rupert.
Oh yeah.
That's who I think he is, and I don't think he wins because of it.
He does. I don't think he'll win, but I think he'll be in the top 3. But he could. It's something weird could happen. But I thought that they're like, I think people will work with him.
Okay. All right, I'm going to give it up. I'm giving it up. I'm pushing it up now for Christy for the bold picks. I like them both.
All right, good. I thought I would be like, what? My
Third one. This is so
Oh,
weird.
we're doing
I
three
am
now?
so going.
Okay.
I am so going out of the box here. Okay.
All right.
I've given up my dream of a female final three. So, my third one pick is going to be Matt.
I think that's a good choice. You've all three of them that I've been sitting here
Okay.
bouncing around. You literally
Okay.
just listed all of
Okay.
them.
And you know what? It's because
But see, if Matt was not a differently abled individual, who would he be?
Tyler.
He'd be our beach guy from California a couple
Yeah,
years
he'd
ago.
be the
yeah.
Tyler.
But I think I don't know. I'm really interested for him to play and see if he can not let people know he's deaf. Oh my god, if that happens.
Well, no, I think he's going to be fascinating to watch for sure.
Fascinating. And we don't really know if what kind of education he has, because they focus more on the fact that he's an deaf Olympic gold medalist. So
no, he said he was training for the Olympics, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he's an Olympic winner.
Yeah, he said he beat Michael Phelps in a race.
No, was it Phelps or was it
I don't know if it was Phelps. I don't
It was-
remember.
That's what he said. Did I write it wrong?
Who's that new American swimmer guy? It was one of a super well-known swimmer that he's beat. So yeah.
Interesting. And now it's time for Jamie Joe to unveil her top 3 picks.
I have to toss mine around just a little
I
bit.
wish we had to echo.
Because
I know.
Kristen and
I would have to get one of those.
Kristen and I were too we had too many matches, and just for the sake of fun.
Oh, I'm so glad I went first.
Yes, just for the sake of fun. I am also I'm putting Jag as my number 1. I'm keeping him as my number 1.
I really he may be my favorite character, but I don't think he can win.
I don't know. He might not.
I think
But
I like him in red.
Okay.
My number 2. I think that my number 2 is going to be America.
Okay.
She's
why
pretty. She's pretty. She's smart. I mean, I hate to say it, but being pretty is going to keep the guys keeping her in the house. Period. Point blank. That's just how it's going to go.
As long as they don't have to carry her along, right?
Yeah, she seems pretty down to earth, and
with that Brown education, she's got it in science.
Yeah,
she's got to be smart. So maybe she can kind of move in with those guys and be their brains.
I think there's a good chance she'll end up in an alliance, and it'll be the alliance I don't really want to root for.
Yeah.
But I think
I can see that.
But I think she's gonna do very well for herself in the game.
These are bold predictions today, guys.
Who's your third pick?
I think that my number 3 is gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do it just for fun. I am gonna go with Hisam for number 3. I gotta just give a little bit of representation out there for those male burlesque dancers. That is great stuff. Right? That's great stuff. I'm just saying.
I bet you he's a very popular guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got the moves. You know what? He'll do good in spinning competitions. For a big guy, he might do really good in the wall competition. For a big guy,
he might probably do really good in that one where they have to keep their thing, but they can take their clothes off, but they got to keep their hand on the buzzer.
Where they have to touch the button.
The timer thing.
Yeah, see? Dance skills come in handy. They have
do they do the one with the pegs, or is that Survivor? I always forget.
I don't know.
Where you got to pull a peg every so often, and eventually the pegs are.
I think that must be Survivor.
It might be a Survivor. That seems like it was probably really physically difficult, and therefore,
guys, if we're wrong, you can just comment below if we're wrong.
It's fine. It's fine. Make your comments. Your comments.
Hi, David.
Well, I mean, it's anticlimactic because everyone knows Nicole is my pick. First of all, she's living my dream. She's a political consultant. And I mean, I wouldn't care. I'd be a political consultant for anybody. I don't care what party. I don't care what they represent.
She's going to be a badass. She's going to be a badass. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
She is this season's Xavier.
Yes, she fights for the kids. Yep.
And I got to tell you, I love her. She's going to win. She's my pick.
I want to see her run in Beatles again. It's just
You're only gonna have one. You're not even gonna take three.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and do.
Okay.
all right. What's your two
Three.
follow-ups? Which two
Okay.
follow-ups?
Well, I mean, I was gonna do America second, but now I feel like I can't.
You can do whatever you want. I've got to double up with Kristen. It's
Yeah,
fine.
no, I'm going bold on number 2.
Or not Kristen, but
I'm going all women. All women. And number 2 is King Jane from AU.
you're
King
only
Jane
picking her
represents-
because of her accent. That's all it is.
You know what? Because you know what?
Well,
if
if
she's,
she
if
ends
she's
up being-
anything like the Survivor players I've seen in AU, she's gonna rock
You know
all over
what?
these guys.
God, dude,
If
I
she
wouldn't
breaks
change
her
one of
foot,
mine
I'm
now.
out. Just saying.
That's funny, actually.
Someone's gonna break her heart in this game. She's gonna cry. There'll be those like scary tears where she's like,
Oh yeah, because she's got like a lot of
hurt her
mascara.
feelings.
She's a rockin'
Yeah.
mascara. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
but she seems
And-
really
and-
tough, but she's gonna be like,
I just have to say that, you know what? It is really hard to say who in this group has it and who doesn't, not just because of the personality checks that we got and what little info we have, but also because apparently this is going to be the craziest Big Brother season ever.
I'm sorry, Jamie Joe, do you happen to recall how long it's going to last?
100 days.
100
days.
days.
100 days.
100 days,
100,
guys.
I like
Over
it.
Halloween. It's gonna happen during Halloween. That's weird enough. Like
Do you know
that's-
when is the finale? Because I do believe I'm going to be on the cruise ship again.
How do you know?
Because I'm
November.
gone from like the 28th to the 4th.
It's the first week of November. Like you
And I intentionally booked this cruise to avoid the Big Brother finale.
see you listen. You fell for the oldest trick in the book. You did not expect the unexpected.
The unexpected. Well, but in fairness, I have broadcast from a cruise ship before.
You have. You can
Yeah.
do it again, man. You can do it again. I'm just saying.
Allegedly a cruise ship. We don't know. We weren't there.
I'm just saying that like
Yeah,
last,
just some- Could be
last
some rooftop
finale
somewhere,
was
we
good.
don't know.
I think I mean
I
like,
showed you all the people who were playing mini golf.
I could have been the top. I mean, you know,
it's all right.
we'll
It's
have
okay.
to check it out.
All right, I'm going to turn off the 100 days crawl now.
And who's your third?
Well, I mean, I hate to do this because it feels like I'm following Jamie, but I'm going to go with America.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it without singing the song, which I kind of want to do.
You got, but if you
Because
sing it,
I'm such a huge West Side Story fan. When I hear that word, I'm like,
you're
just wanna
only
break into
allowed
song.
to sing it
Yeah.
if you sing it like Shania Twain.
I just think it's so beautiful that her family, immigrants, had their child here. That just shows like
no, that's like the American dream, isn't it? Really?
It is.
They
It's
named
beautiful.
their kid after the country. Now, personally, I don't think our country is worth it right now, but that's just a different thing.
but they have a dream. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get that, and that's what's
Oh,
great
so
because
beautiful.
I'm so
Yeah.
down on like the whole world right now.
Right. You're
That
like,
it's great that there's still
garbage.
people out there who realize this is the
Dumpster
greatest
fire.
place in the world. And
yeah. Or
It's
just like what it
gratefulness.
represented
You
to
can
them.
see it's gratefulness. It's
Yeah,
honoring
it's so
him.
it's so wonderful. Yeah, I love it.
Well, it's a crazy cast, that's for sure. We'll see how it goes. All I care about, you know what? I don't want it to be all kumbaya the entire time because that is boring. But as long as there's no like outward bullies, I'm good. I don't want to take I don't want anybody getting like a massive group harassment again. I'm past
Yeah.
seeing that.
oh yeah, we don't need that.
So hopefully it doesn't feel like this is going to be a group of mean girls by any sense or
Yeah.
it seems
no,
pretty
the
good.
casting has
This
been
is the
much
best
better.
cast in years. I have to say that because I really
We said
worked
that
hard.
last year. We said it the year before.
No, I didn't. Did I say last year?
No, I said.
don't think
I
so.
think we.
The year that we had the cookout and Claire and Derek X, like that was a great year for
Right.
casting.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
I'm
did
sorry.
we know that week one? I think we'd have to go back and look.
I'm not sure, but I can tell you that last year, I think that we figured right away there was a couple people we kind of liked and we were
Right.
curious about, but it was
Mhm.
pretty obvious straight off the bat that there were a few were like, nah, maybe not. And then
Maybe
that
not.
pretty much panned out exactly how we were mostly sure it would be.
So I have an important announcement.
All right.
We
Give us-
received at our email address, and our email address is tallythevotesch@gmail.com. We received not one, not two, but 172 emails. And they
No,
were
we did
all
not.
from the same political site that I happened to log into by accident.
I thought it was Dan. I thought it was all Dan.
Yes.
So literally, there has not been an email. But here's what I will promise.
Come on, guys,
If
break
anybody but Dan sends us an email
Poor Dan.
to tallythevotesch@gmail.com, we will read it within reason.
Within
And why won't we
reason.
read Dan's? Because Dan sucks.
It's true.
I even had the banner made. Come on, I had to use it.
Bona fide.
Made special.
Hashtag
Well-
Burgundy. Dan's Burgundy.
Should I now announce my most hated player?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh,
I mean, because I feel
oh,
like I built this up.
Okay,
and-
so let's to recap. Those were Cameron, Blue, and Luke.
Right. And I think I should, say just in brief, again, remind everyone why I hate them. Cameron named his hair, which is fucking ridiculous. Can I say, can I
Also,
swear? I
already
always
said-
forget.
That's really funny.
you already did. Also, you kind of have, I don't know what it's called, but you kind of have a thing where you just instantly hate dudes with curly hair.
Do I?
Yes.
Well,
Every
duh.
single year you're like,
Or big hair.
I have curly big hair. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But he named
Curly hair
it.
biases.
He named it and he wanted to tell people the name.
He did name it. I will.
And then,
give
and
you-
then there's Blue, who I truly believe just wants to be an influencer and has no interest in being on the show. And that bothers me. I don't like that. I hate when they cast that. And so I kind of hate her for that.
kind of
and
don't
then-
love that. Okay. Okay.
And then
She's like-
finally, there's Luke, my neighbor from Coral Springs,
So are you
who
gonna?
is
do a
in
countdown?
fact the player I hate the most. I'm the
Oh, I
Cats.
thought you. I
Not
thought
me,
you were doing
not me,
3, 2, 1.
Huh?
Is that your 3, 2, 1?
Yep, it actually is. It was Blue until I thought about how much I really loathe Luke.
You're like, he's not very
and
good
the
representation.
stupid round glasses. It's like, dude, the '90s called and they want their glasses back. What the hell is that?
I reserve the right to inform the world that we do not all share the same opinion all the time. And Luke, I'm holding out my judgment. I don't hate you right
Well,
now.
did you
It's
guys
all right.
see when they got in the house as they were going out the back door? One of them said, one of them asked him, am I what? No. Oh, no, I get that all the time. What do you think someone asked him?
Who they asked Luke?
Yeah. And someone asked Luke a question. You didn't hear the question. You heard Luke's response.
Because some people think that he's related to Kyle. I bet
Oh,
that's
Well,
what it is.
But wait,
I
but
can
would
see
Has
that.
a
but
little
would the
bit of
other
a
people?
Kyle look.
But wait a minute. Would any of the other people going into the house know that? They wouldn't, right? They've been off social media.
No, but he does kind of look like Kyle, though.
Does he
I mean,
look-
a little bit.
does
Like
he?
he's not exactly, but he is Kyle-esque. He's got Kyle-esque energy.
Oh, okay. For him to say, "Oh no, I get that all the time." I thought, okay, David, do you have an idea? Prediction? This is
What's that?
purely for my own amusement.
no,
Of
I
what,
honestly,
what question they would have asked him that he gets asked about all the time.
I don't know. Are you a bodybuilder or something like
Oh, no,
that?
I thought it was gonna be-
That's what I thought when I
I
heard
thought
it.
it would
He
be.
also
Are
kind
you,
of
are
looks
you
like-
a surfer? I thought,
Right?
are you a surfer?
But also kind of looks like somebody that might have been on Amazing Race, too.
He
like a
to
Cameron-
me, the whole thing felt like somebody who was putting on an air of somebody he isn't.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
glasses don't fit, and the graphic design thing doesn't really fit. It just
but
something feels off with the dude, and I hate him for it.
but him and Jared both have something in common. They are both not opposed to a showman's. Good to be with each
There was
other.
a couple. There were a bunch of the girls. Blue said that.
and
So did
Oh.
Riley.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I just
Riley said that?
I said it. Sorry.
But honestly, if I were to just look at this group, I'd go, which ones are interested in a showmance? It's exactly who I would have picked. So
Yep.
it fits.
Yep.
So here's the hoping Luke gets voted off this week somehow.
So weird. It's so weird that you have all of your eggs in a Luke hate basket right now.
And Luke's not
killing
even
me.
one of the nominees. The nominees are Jared, Kirsten, Felicia, and Corey. Luke's not even in there.
Man, listen, if he turns
You
out to
don't-
be like a royal DB, I will jump on board with the hate train, I
You-
suppose. But
I created
You're
a
not wishing
hashtag.
that. You're not hoping. You're not hoping that he gets like removed because he gets injured, are you?
do you want him to break his foot?
Well,
You want
first
to
of all,
listen to the wheelie noise?
What?
I
Also,
don't want him to break his neck, but if he broke his knee, I'd be okay with that. Because there's something false about the dude. I'm
don't
telling
let
you,
him
there's
break
something
his
false about the
drawing
dude.
hand. He needs his goddamn
Maybe
drawing
he
hand.
is related.
He has a drawing. He's like a
Kyle.
mouse. He could do that with his teeth.
That's really talented. That's really
With his
talented.
tongue.
Christopher
Yeah,
Reeve
yeah.
did.
He would probably get even more of his art bought if he had to do it with his teeth.
Yeah.
They showed some of his work. He's not bad.
No, it looks good to
They
me.
were good.
He gets paid for his work.
That's
You know? What can I say?
Commissioned. That's
I
legit.
don't know that I'm allowed to have control of the banners anymore. I feel like I've gone mad with banner power.
Snarky snook
Listen.
snick snarky snick.
You have to have some power, right?
There you go. That's how this whole thing started.
It did.
Once
It
you
really
start
did.
thinking about how much Dan sucks, and you just start throwing eggs of hate everywhere.
Well,
Yeah.
you see, the nice thing about the Dan Sucks thing is he will never ever see this.
You think
So we can say whatever we
This is-
wanted about it.
This is our public forum to talk about Dan.
Yeah, so we like, can you believe what they said about you? And he won't take the time to fast forward to
Like,
find it.
Still
Yeah.
wouldn't.
They say a lot of stupid stuff on that show, but they really hate that Dan guy. All right.
Dan.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else to talk about right now.
No, I think we did it.
This schedule is going to be a little bit a loop-de-loop for a hot minute. We're going to come back next Thursday. It looks like we're going to be doing these Thursday nights. Next
That's
week, we're gonna-
Thursday the 10th, right?
Thursday the 10th. I believe that we
Perfect.
will normally
Look at that. See?
start fairly quickly after the episode airs.
For like 15 minutes, because this like immediate afterwards was a little bit of pressure on my bladder, and I'm an old man.
We need a break.
Don't
to grab
laugh.
a drink and a
I
bathroom
can't right
break.
now because I'm waiting for the
I
show to
know.
end so I can go.
Or sneeze or cough or
But listen, I'm going to tell you what, guys. They're still doing live feeds. They're doing live feeds on Paramount Plus. They're also like
Pluto
putting them over on Pluto this year.
for
So if you
free.
have Paramount Plus and you can handle the commercial break, you can check them out on Pluto.
Yep.
You need to go ahead and like and subscribe so we can send you alerts. So if something major
Yeah.
happens on live feeds and we need to do an emergency impromptu
Ooh.
conversation about what is happening in that house at that very moment, we'll send you an alert and then you can be a part of the conversation. So hit the
Nice.
button, ring the bell.
Well, I guess
right.
that's it then, guys. Thanks for joining in. Kind of excited for another expanded, later, fallish season. And yeah, we'll see you guys.
I'm going to
Well,
watch
yeah,
the feeds because Luke could be burning his knee right now and I'm missing
Oh
it.
my gosh. It's like hyperextended. It's like all
Yeah.
anyway, all right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.